We ready? Okay. It is 7 o'clock on February 24th for the regular board meeting of the Vernon Hills Park District Board of Commissioners. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
Commissioner Senti.
Here.
Commissioner Kessler. Commissioner Geraldo.
Here.
President Dorhofer.
Here, if we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excuse me. The first item on the agenda this evening is the omnibus vote agenda. Items under the omnibus vote agenda are considered routine and/or non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If a separate vote on any one item is desired, it will be pulled from the omnibus vote agenda and voted on separately. Items included this evening are the minutes of the special board meeting dated January 20th, 2022, minutes of the regular board meeting dated January 20th, 2022, minutes of the special meeting dated February 3rd, 2022, payables and payroll through February 24th, 2022 in the amount of $661,874.55. Could I have a motion to approve the omnibus vote agenda?
So moved.
Second? Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Geraldo.
Yes.
Commissioner Senti.
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yes.
President Dorhofer.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is the financial reports for the period ending January 31st, 2022. Jessica. It's gonna be a habit to break. Are there any changes to the reports as filed?
No changes.
Perfect. Next item on the agenda is the welcome to visitors and guest public comment period. Is there anyone wishing to address the board at this time? The next item on the agenda is a proclamation recognizing Marla DeSico. Marla, could you meet me up the podium, please?
Good luck. Your husbands are here for you if you need support.
Where's your name tag?
She threw it away.
Carol? Yeah.
Proclamation for Marla DeSico in appreciation of dedicated service to the Vernon Hills Park District. Whereas Marla DeSico started with the Vernon Hills Park District on March 5th, 2001, and whereas Marla, during her tenure with the Vernon Hills Park District, Marla served as a superintendent of finance and HR, and whereas Marla was an integral part of serving the residents of Vernon Hills, Marla was also instrumental in developing relationships with the business community, and whereas Marla was instrumental in advancing many operational resource functions for the district, enabling us to advance financially, and whereas Marla was instrumental in authorizing $900,000 worth of statues in our parks and facilities.
That was Larry.
We now have a fixed asset value of $30,000. And whereas Marla was an active member of the IPRA Administration and Finance Section, serving as its director. And whereas Marla started and managed the IPRA Business Managers Group. And whereas Marla served on the PDERMA board since 2011, served as chair in 2018 and 2019. And whereas Marla has been an advocate for diversity, equality, and inclusion for the district employees and patrons. And whereas Marla has been a champion for employee health, wellness, and recognition programs. And whereas Marla has been a 21-year employee of the district and will retire on March 4th, 2022. Therefore, now be it proclaimed that I, David Dorhofer, President of the Park District Board of Commissioners, do hereby express our sincerest appreciation to Marla DeSico for her years of dedicated service to the residents of the village of Vernon Hills and wish her well in her retirement.
before you go, we're gonna get a picture with you with the rest of the board.
Okay.
We'll do that, okay?
Well, since I did feel like I was gonna have to say something after that. Big surprise, I wrote something down. As my kids would say, oh, another list, Mom. I was just trying to think about what really was meaningful to me in my years here, and instead of a top 10 list, because I know we have margaritas coming, I just did a top 3 list. And first I just want to thank the board for all of their support and the recognition of my service. And then my top 3 list has to start with, I've had 2 wonderful directors or bosses in my tenure here, both Larry DeGraff and Jeff. And what made both of them so great was a combination of giving me independence and support. That was one of the things that I loved about this job, was that we really were given kind of carte blanche as long as we were doing the right thing to go ahead and do it. And as I'll mention a little bit later, we did a lot of things here. So I look back to when I started and everything was on paper. There really was no HR department. Really everything that kind of exists today, I will say the 20-year club, Debbie and Tom, I mean, I can't think of anything that really almost exists today that we didn't have a part of creating or improving or getting onto. So talking about the 20-year club leads me to the second thing that was great here is the staff. I mean, it's been such a great staff. You can see that in our longevity. So, I mean, being able to work with Debbie and Tom all these years, and then the additions of Randy and Jessica, I've just had a wonderful staff, and Les all these years, so been very lucky with my own staff, and then our broader staff. We just have a great staff of full-time, part-time, and seasonal employees. And I would be remiss if I didn't also shout out to Jerry and Gabby, who have years on me. Gabby, I think, is 24, and Jerry 25. So there's the 20-year club and beyond. So they were here when I came. And then the last thing that has been so great is it really gave me that work-life balance that so many people talk about. This was a great place to work because you could still get to your kids' activities, the benefits. I mean, you know, I am a ref, thank you. And health insurance and all the benefits we got are, you know, just wonderful. The facility benefits, the program benefits. My children worked here over the years, lifeguarding, camp counselor, and now even one of my sons works for Wheeling Park District. So I have one that followed in the fold. So just thank you for 21 wonderful years. Thank you to friend and husband for coming. And the leadership team also, who I've worked with so closely all these years. So thank you to everyone.
Is there anyone wishing to address the board on Marla's behalf?
Oh, Lynn will. No.
Come on, Lynn.
She's a wonderful friend.
Yes.
All right, next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We have none, so we'll move to reports and communication. Marketing and Communication Manager Cheryl Buman. Cheryl?
I got pot roast at home.
Good evening, everyone. Short report for me this evening. I want to let you know that our camp guide is going to be on our website March 15th. However, the camp web pages are all updated currently, so at any point any resident or non-resident can take a look at what we're offering. Registration does begin April 4th for residents, and non-residents will begin April 11th. And just a reminder, the camp guide will be printed in our summer guide coming out in about a month or so. Our Family Aquatic Center, also the website is up to date with all that we're offering this year at our Aquatic Center. It will be fully open, so please take a look at our website. You can do direct registration from our webpage too for our individual pass and our additional passes. The early bird rates are in effect until April 30th. We're also creating a Family Aquatic Center booklet this summer. A few years ago we created one, so all of our special events at our Aquatic Center are coming back, plus so many more. So take a look at it. We won't be mailing it this year, but we will be handing it out at our camps and our programs, and it'll be available in our facilities. The Try Your Luck Triathlon is coming up on March 20th. We've done quite a bit of advertising for the triathlon. Our Libertyville Area Moms Network, we're doing digital ads, and our Daily Hero also has some digital ads going. And the communications correspondent over at D73 also has included it in his newsletters to the families. Social media really increased over the past month. All of our engagements, our impressions, everything increased. Our most engaging Facebook post was Jeff, yours truly, accepting his IPRA Under Professional Award. And our most engaging Instagram post was our Sully on ice. That's my report for this evening. If you have any questions.
Any questions for Cheryl? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, Park Superintendent James Kim. James?
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Bye. Thank you.
Good evening. Just want to start by welcoming Matthew Merrick to our Parks team as our Parks Foreman. He started February 7th as a direct supervisor for our park maintenance staff and our day-to-day operations. We look forward to we can bring more agency. Brush burning. Our Parks Department conducted several brush burns this month at Century Park, Sullivan Woods, and Lake The piles consist of down branches, invasive plants, other woodies that we really should be using our chipper for. Burning is a little more effective and efficient for these types of brush piles that have piled up over the past several years. Landscape beds. Parks Department, we're currently out to bid for landscape bed maintenance for the 2022 season. Staff have been currently removing several landscape beds that we identified as unnecessary or detracts from park aesthetics, meaning they're just dead beds. Some areas noted are some landscape beds around Little Bear, Big Bear Lake, the outfield around Grosse Pointe Park, and some small beds at Deer Path Park. Staff have been diligently working on refurbishing several park signs this winter. Right now we're at 8, actually there should be 10 signs that staff have been working towards making new again. So if you see a sign missing from your park, please contact the Parks Department. It's probably working on it in our shop. And last, we hired a staff member, Mary Sullivan, to head our restoration efforts as a part-timer. She has been heading with staff all winter on removing and treating buckthorn and honeysuckle at Lake Charles and Sullivan Woods, which are part of the brush piles that we burned. These clippings for the invasives are much better if we burn instead of chip. And that concludes my report. Is there any questions?
Any questions for James? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, Recreation Superintendent Tom Ritter.
Good evening. Really nice to have our daddy-daughter dance again. It's one of the last events we did before COVID struck. It was February of 19, or February of 20, I'm sorry. So that event took place this past month. Smaller crowd, it went wonderfully, and we're looking forward to our complimentary event to that, the mother-son event called You're My Superhero. That will be taking place on Friday, March 18th here at the Sullivan Center. It is filling up. There are still openings if anyone's interested in signing up. In addition, this spring we'll be doing our egg hunts over at Deer Path Park at the Kids Castle Playground on April 8th and 9th. So on Friday evening, the 8th, the egg hunt will be a flashlight egg hunt for the older kids, ages 8 to 12. And Saturday morning will be egg hunts for 1 to 8-year-olds in the playground area. We'll also be doing our first doggy egg hunt at 9 o'clock that morning. Again, all these are available for registration now. It's a little early to mention the Loop the Lakes 5K run and walk that we do annually. It's April 30th, but I always like to mention it because a lot of runners and walkers like to plan their spring and summer events. So if you are interested in participating, again, it's Saturday, April 30th at 9 a.m. over at Century Park, and you can register either on the Park District's website, or we also use active.com. A lot of runners like to use that, so either way is fine. And we always follow that event with a family kite fly over on the island, by the island shelter at Century Park. Just got to pray for wind, and we have sometimes we've had some incredible turnouts. Marla, you get credit for that too. You volunteered one year, and if we had like
That was the
5
best
times
year
as
ever.
many
They
people,
heard I was
so
coming.
it'd be
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so that's at 11 o'clock that same morning. Those getting ready for summer softball, the adult softball leagues will begin registration on March 18th. Registration deadline is April 11th, and our leagues begin play in early May. We offer men's and co-rec softball leagues. Information for those that are interested in playing will be available starting March 3rd. Our community garden lottery registration starts on March 1st, and it's available to residents for the entire month of March. Any available plots still that may be remaining will be open to the non-residents and those that missed the lottery starting April 12th. We're very excited to be adding a water line over at the Century Park Boat Dock location that will run under the parking lot and give consistent water to our gardeners. James and his staff have always done a great job keeping the water supply full, but it's a really difficult task, so to have running water is going to be very, very nice. We're also going to expand 10 more plots at that location in June. Family Aquatic Center, Cheryl did reference, season passes are available. We did have a flash sale this past week, and we sold 576 passes in one day, so thanks everybody for buying your pass and paying attention to the announcement. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody this summer. They're still discounted, not as much as the flash sale, but they're discounted through April. And then in May, the price goes up slightly, so if you're thinking about getting a pool pass, now's the time to do it. We are looking forward to opening the entire facility this summer, so kind of back to where we were in 2019, I guess. Looking forward to it. And finally, another thing we're looking forward to, it's been a long 2 years, but day camps will be going back to our weekly option. We slowly progressed to the point of having the flexibility for families to pick which weeks they want to attend camp. And then COVID hit, so we had to change the whole structure of things for a couple years. This year we'll be back to weekly options. So the camp season will be from June 6th through July 29th. That's our standard 8 weeks. And then at the end, it kind of fiddles down as people go on vacations, they get ready for school, and we offer something called Last Blast. It's just one location here at the Sullivan Center. We offer 2.5 weeks of that, which takes you right up to when school starts. And that's always an extremely popular camp. Camp registration will start in April. Information about camps is already on our website for those interested in looking. So, and Marla, I'll probably say more at your farewell party, but.
Yeah, once you have a few drinks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll get all emotional, but you will be missed. You've been a great cohort, partner in crime for 20 years. Thanks for sharing her. And Jess, you'll do a great job. That's it. Any questions?
Any questions for Tom? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, Facility Manager Lacey Velasquez.
Nice, nice.
Good evening. Facility attendance for Lakeview Fitness in January 2022 was 5,378 visits. This came out to 603 unique visits compared to 3,056 visits in January 2021. Active members as of the end of January 2022 totaled 1,704 compared to 1,037 in January 2021 and 2,287 members in 2020. The new Lakeview Fitness app is built and available in the app stores. This is invitation only type app though, so any members who are incoming to the facility will receive an invitation to download the app so they will be able to fully utilize the benefits of registering for classes. There's a separate app that allows for diet tracking and progress. So this is available to our members to download as of this Friday. Weekday facility hours at Lakeview expanded as of February 27th. We are now open Monday through Friday until 9 p.m., but our weekend hours remain the same. We still close at 3 p.m. Vino and Vinyasa was well attended. We thank Mom Pa's Candy and Wine and Spirit Warehouse for being our sponsors. Mom Pa's Candy donated chocolates to the event, and Wine and Spirit Warehouse came and did a wine tasting and educated us on the wines that they brought. So it was a great event. As of March 1st, the Turtle Swim team will be practicing at the Vernon Hills High School, so that's coming up next week. This also it opens up the pool for our Lakeview Fitness members to be able to do lap swim in the evenings at the facility. As Cheryl mentioned, Try Your Luck is a new one-day fitness event coming up at Lakeview Fitness. We'll be hosting it inside the facility. It will take place on Sunday, March 20th, and is open for anybody 12 and older. Each leg of the race is completed indoors in the pool, on our spin bikes, and on our treadmills. And awards will be based on points for how much distance is covered based on time within the event. Staff have developed a new member retention and reward system called the 20 Club. Members who visit the facility a minimum of 20 times in the month will be automatically inducted into the 20 Club. And we have a display board up in the facility with gold stars with their names to display who is in the club. And awards are given out for anybody who has consecutive months within the 20 Club. That's all I have. If you have any questions.
Any questions for Lacey? Just, no, I got, just want to reiterate something you mentioned. That is, I wanted to thank, on behalf of the board, the Vernon Hills High School for partnering with us, not only now when we're going to be using the pool, expanding the pool, but also moving forward. So just wanted to, on behalf of the board, say thank you very much to Mr. McDonald, Ms. Herman, and their board for the support they're giving us, and I think that's a great opportunity for us. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Finance and HR Superintendent Jessica Mitchell.
Hello, just echoing James that Matt Merrick is our new Parks foreman and started this month. Also like to welcome Shauna Hedke. She's the new HR specialist and she began on February 3rd. It's been a pleasure to have both of them on board with us. Additionally, the Affordable Care Act required reporting has been filed to comply with the Internal Revenue Code. This includes reporting health coverage information to the IRS and then also providing the documentation to employees with the statements annually of what they are offered and provided for health care. I'm continuing to participate in the IMRF authorized agent training. I've attended 2 of the 4. It's a webinar series, so that's been great to learn a little bit more about that with the new role. Also, we've expanded our HR efforts for recruitment for our childcare full-time teachers. We are looking for teachers, and we've embarked on using a geofencing marketing program through a cellular ad with local IQ. So hopefully we'll be able to get some interested candidates with that. Additional new HR recruitments include the participation of a job fair at Carmel High School. This will take place on March 8th, beginning at 3:15, running to 5:30. Shauna will be attending. Also, Western Illinois University has provided a virtual fair, summer opportunities fair, specific for Parks and Recreation, and this will take place on March 24th from 4 to 6:30. The district has updated our policy for masking, and that will be updated in written form and shared with staff. Already signs are up for the general public to keep them in the loop. And communication to our pool of volunteers was provided most recently regarding a request from the village for summer celebration, and they can contact Kevin Timoney. Also, we did send out information, of course, about all of those great events that are upcoming that Tom and both Cheryl have mentioned as well, and we are eager to have some help because we're excited to have these events taking place this year. Before I ask if there's any questions, I also just want to thank Marla. I feel as excited as I am to have the role, I hate to see you go, and I just really appreciate all of the support that you provided to me, and I think that you are so appreciated and respected in the industry. I think if you pulled out in person and asked them, so many people beyond our park district know of your name, but more than that, they know who you are, what you stand for, and just how genuine you are. So thank you for that. I think it's humongous shoes to fill, but thanks to the amazing job that you've done paving ways, I think that I'll be able to handle it. So thank you for all the support. Any questions?
Any questions for Jessica?
I have a question.
Commissioner Robbins.
Jessica, on the reporting for the affordable care and the health insurance reports for all the employees, who prepares those reports?
Marla and I prepared them together based on the, we use BSNA, which is our software that really keeps track of all of it.
Yeah, we do the 1095s, and then Paderma does the 1094s.
So who does we have an outside payroll service, don't we?
No, we do it in-house.
Do it in-house? Interesting. Have you ever looked at using an outside,
Because it would cost more money.
okay.
And it's, with software today, it's made, even, when we do, like the 941s and the payroll
Right.
taxes and all of that, they give you a lot of the information. So if I'm thinking you're going, just to make sure we're, dotting every I and crossing the T, a lot of the information is kind of created for us in the software. But we've talked to a lot of other districts, and it's kind of one of those 50-50 splits on, you have to do so much work to get it ready for a payroll service that there's really not much more to do it in-house.
The only issue is they do all the year-end W-2s and the reporting for the health coverage and,
It's really, we did the W-2s in a day,
okay,
it really,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we've got a system going.
good, okay.
Any other questions for Jessica? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, Executive Director Jeff Fugere. Jeff?
Okay, I'm gonna sit right here. And has everybody met Tom DeSico, Marla's husband, who now has to spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with his wife? One lucky girl. I'm going to start with just thanking Marla. I think you've seen some of the things in my report, but her final meeting, I can't thank her enough for just her professionalism, her support of me, and a lot of our sometimes very detailed last-minute requests of things we need, a lot of times things that the board may desire. But I said this, when we were at the conference last month, what I'm really going to miss the most is just our after-hour conversations where we really were able to accomplish quite a bit, and just kind of continuing to look at the better and the greater good of what we could do for our employees, for our community. And that's really been kind of a special treasured just endeavor that I've had to experience with you, Marla. And just echoing what Jessica said, with the group in our profession, our business managers, our finance superintendents across the state, there's so many people that I've, been approached over the years that are just telling me how fortunate we are to have Marla on our team. How she is really looked up to by many people, how many people she's mentored in the industry. And so we are very fortunate to have you, and we're really going to miss you. So I know we're going to still kind of hang out a little bit so we'll be in touch. But Tom, take good care of her, okay? You'll do that for me, all right? So a couple other things. Just wanted to update the board on the ComEd agreement with Grosse Pointe Park. So that led, actually, I think I talked to most of you, but the last conversation was that ComEd was going to work with us on signing off an agreement, and what's transpired from that with it's Senate Bill 3467, and the language there is going to now be, it just passed the Senate yesterday, and now Representative Didich will carry it in the House sometime within the next 7 to 10 days. It passed unanimously in the Senate, so we see the language being passed in the House as well, and then it'll go to the governor's desk for signature, and that's when it won't just be the 8 or 9 park districts that were initially part of the conversation. It'll be all park districts and all conservation districts and all forest preserve districts. So I feel really good that it encompasses, the entire industry that won't be subject to this, public utility indemnification issue that was really quite a fractured language within the content of the agreement. So we'll look forward to authorizing that at a later date. I shared with the board in terms of summer events, with the village's continued support of our events, and they're going to continue with summer celebration. You've probably seen a lot of social media activity with them and bringing that back. I think the community is looking forward to that, as well as the 4th of July parade. And the Park District will sponsor the evening concert right prior to the fireworks. Thank you to those board members that reached out to the village board on behalf of the Montessori daycare proposal that was put before the village board a little over a week ago. At this point, it's just a design concern for the board in terms of the architectural look of the building. But I think once that comes back to the village in maybe the next month or so, we'll continue to sit and see what happens with that proposal advancing. But it looks to me, just from an optic standpoint, that it is gonna, more than likely, it's something that could very well happen. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I also filled you all in on the recent activities with the SRA CLC property. In terms of the Lakeview Fitness Project, we've got a bid opening on March 8th for the masonry rebid. And then James is working with Camosi and our architectural team too on the HVAC component. So we've gone back to the low bidder to kind of see what they can do to refine some of their numbers before we decide whether we want to put it back on the street for a bid. So we're waiting with Camosi and that contractor to come back to us with some additional information. This Monday, the 28th at 10:30 is an IAPD virtual breakfast for all of it's a legislative breakfast. I know some of the board members are signed up for that. If any of the staff are interested in that, just let Amy or myself know, and we'll get you signed up for that. The ARPA funding, that's something that I know Dave has been kind of prized with in terms of being our president to communicate with the village leadership. I've been in touch with the village manager, Kevin Timoney, related to that, because they have on March 1st, so just right around the corner, they have their first presentation to the village board. So we want to make sure we continue to connect with them. And I know Dave has, spoken to a couple or a few of the village board members about our ask on that. If you do recall, we met with the village probably 4 or 5 months ago and put together an ask of a little over $1 million that we hadn't lost revenue from all of our programs. The village has received $3.6 million in funding from the state relative to that. So we're just hopeful that we can get something out of that to kind of just cover some of our losses from all the COVID issues. I also sent you just today, I sent you a link on the spray ground designs that we got from Rich Clark, who's our engineer working on that. So you've got a few different options to look at. Please look at those and just give me some direction or some guidance if there's, a design plan that looks better than the others, and we can do combinations of, just to keep that project moving, because that is going to come up on us pretty quickly when we gotta work on those design implements. And then just lastly, I want to thank Carol especially, and I know the rest of the staff that were involved in last month's recognition of my award through IAPD. And thanking the staff, and I know Amy was very instrumental, and my wife to completely surprise me on that, and so that was very nice, and certainly very well appreciated on my behalf. So thank you. That's all I have.
Any questions for Jeff? Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is board correspondence. Being as we have none, we will move to new business. The annual conduct review, ordinance review. Jeff, are there any changes to the district conduct ordinance 2-04?
Nothing. We have a couple of words we got to tweak in there, but nothing that is substantive that the board needs to adopt or we need to change at this point.
Very good. Next item is the fiscal year 22-23 salary classification schedule. Can I have a motion to approve the fiscal year 22-23 salary classification schedule?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Senti?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
President Dorhofer?
Yes. Next item on the agenda is the 2022 merit recommendation. Could I have a motion to approve the 2022 merit recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Senti?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. Next item on the agenda is the 2023 through 2027 Capital Improvement Plan. Could I have a motion to approve the 2023 through 2027 Capital Improvement Plan? Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Senti?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. Final item on the agenda is Commissioner comments. Commissioner Robbins.
Yeah, Marla, I've been on the board now for 13 years, and it's just been a pleasure working with you all these years. And I just want to wish you and Tom many years in your retirement of good health and happiness, and hope the two of you have a lot of fun.
Commissioner Sente.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you. I had the good fortune of working with you the first time, and now back again, and also working with two directors, and recall you being our interim director. And I think that's a testament to what our thoughts were of you then, and that's a important position. I know all the improvements that we've made here, both financially and in HR and in leadership and all those areas. And it makes, the staff is everything, right? We do have buildings and parks and they're beautiful, but it's the people here that make the Park District. And you're, as one of the more longtime people here, really, I think, set a great example and a role that others want to emulate, and I'm just really proud, and I know we all are, to just be part of this organization, and you're a big part of that. So we'll very much miss you and wish you and Tom all the best, and don't be a stranger.
Thank you. I will be at Lakeview.
Commissioner Geraldo.
Sure. I know that we haven't gotten a chance to work together for a very long time, but I think, as I previously have said, I think, all the words that everybody has said in their testimonies tonight is just, showing the long impact that you have made on them over the last 20-some plus years. And so a big legacy to fill and that you've left behind. And so, if anything, I think the impact that you've made on the people in the community, hopefully that stays with you and stays with us as well. So thank you.
And finally, myself, thank you. The words can't express enough what you've meant to the community, what you've meant to this park district, what you've meant to this board. And everything that's been said tonight is dead on. How well respected you are, how needed you are, and how much we appreciate everything you've done. So on behalf of the community, thank you very much.
Really gonna miss it.
You won't miss it.
Speaking from experience.
Trust me, you'll keep in touch, but you won't miss it. With that, could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Senti?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes, we are adjourned.